Okay, yesterday we complete those overview of this RIP routing information protocol, how it's route those things, and then how it's forward those information so, network in the router environment. And what is the difference between this RIP and RIP v2 version 2? We already discussed these things, and the difference is that in the RIP and RIP v2, RIP only RIP is there is no where is it? Okay. There is no advertisements of the subnet marks, and also it uses broadcast for updating the routing routing tables. But in the V2, it's capable of advertising the subnet marks and use multicast instead of broadcast for updating the routing tables. So control the network congestions. It's control the network in this routing informations. Okay, yesterday in our last configuration, that here we have an example of this RIP. How to do this? Let's see in our screen sharing. Let's use this two router. Router 1 and router 2, and host computer. Joined by using this straight through cable. Ethernet 0/0 gigabit 0/0 1 to this 0/0 and connected to this point. Okay. These two networks are interconnected. What are the IP configurations here? 10 dot. There's one. Let me write it like this. 10.0.0.0.0 network. We'll remove this one here. 172.0. Okay, instead of 16, we are using this 172.0.0.0. Here 192.168.0.0. We have three network here. Three network domain. 1, 2. Between this router, this is 72 network. There's 192.168 here. Here 10. Let me give the IP address of this network. 10.0.0.0.2 will give the gateway to the 1. Okay. And this is okay. Let me put the interface number of this. This is the interface IP of this computer is okay. Instead of giving here, oh, sorry. instead of giving here, then I'll put it inside this name 10.0.0.2. okay, this is the 192.168.0.2. okay, and I'll give the IP address of this desktop computer also 168.0.2 subnet marks, and let me close. Okay, in host computer, these two computers, we can give we already assigned the IP address of this for this host computer, but not yet configured in this routing area. Okay, so in this network, there is no switch, intermediate switch for this and for this. It's directly connected to the router. Means if you want to multiply the network in between this, you need to have a switch, and here also, but only one host connected to this router. That's why this IP address let's see, this IP address 10.0.0.2 needed to communicate this computer 192.168.0.2. physically it's connected, but logically it cannot. Means there are different types of network domains. Then if it's needed to communicate this computer, what is the immediate device to reach to this computer? This is the immediate device R1, and also this is the gateway to goes to this computer. That's the technique. First, let me give the IP address of these routers. This area is gigabit 0/0, configurations 0/0, and I'll turn it on here, and I'll give the IP address. This area is 10 network area, then that's why 10.0.0.1. This is the network address of this interface. Okay, this gig, and this area is 0/1 gigabit Ethernet. 0/1 is this area, and the network is 172.0.0. turn on 172.0.0.1. I'll give 1. This interface IP is this one, and this interface IP address is this one. Okay, now it's configured this, and also here is active. It's green, the network line. This line part is active, and let me click here, configure 0/0. 0/0 is this area. Okay, I'll turn it on this interface. Now it's green, the link is up, but there is no IP. I'll give it this IP 172.0.0.2. I already give 1 here. I'll give this 2, and this area, this site, let's check it. This network is 192.168.0.0 network. Let me turn it on this one, and 192.168.0.1. okay. Okay, now it's green. The link, the physical link is up, and we already give the IP address. IP address. Okay, that's all for assigning this one. Let's see here, RIP. Okay, in this static network, in the last class we already explained this static network also. How to make it the static network, we already know these things, but right now let me see the RIP here. There is no informations in the RIP. Okay, there is no informations here also. In the router 2 also there is no information in the RIP. Let's see here one more example from this host computer. Let me ping this router, immediate router, ping 10.0.0.1. Okay, very good. It's applied this reply from this gateway. Means what? It's in the same network. It's in the same network. It's reachable, these things. But it's in the physical same network. Let me try to communicate this IP address. 172.0.0.1. 0.0.1 is this IP address, this interface. But here there is no reply from the interface port number of 0/1, and it lost the packets. Okay, means there is no RIP configurations, there is no RIP tables here. Okay, let me open this and goes to the command line interface and enter this. Now in the global configuration mode and the router mode right now, and let me exit and exit again. Okay, right now I am in the global configuration mode of this router 1, and so IP routes. Okay, so IP route. So in this IP routes, we have only the last resort is not set in the gateway, and moreover here we have labeling of C and L only, local and connected. Okay, there is no information in this. Okay. No routing tables. Okay, to go to the configuration mode, configure terminal. I'm going to the configure terminal mode. In this configuration terminal, I have to set this routings. Let me show you in the presentation. In this router 1, I am in the configuration mode. I'm going to set the routing tables, routers here, and we are going to use RIP, routing information protocol. If you simply type this RIP, this is version 1, RIP v1, but here if we type this version 2, then it's convert into the version 2, means it broadcasts the subnet and also multicast in the updatation of the routing tables. And in the graphics, in this graphics, let's see in the router one, this router area, we have a two network domain, 10 and 172 domain, class A and class B. So for this, we have to update this routing table of this router one using this command IP and the network address of this first network 10.0.0.0. What? Sorry, I'm simply at this IP, not IP network. Network of 10.0.0.0, network of 172.0.0.0. Okay, right now it's update the routing information of this R1 and so IP route. Okay, in this IP routes, we have this last resort must set for this, and here this CNL connected and linked are there. But let's see in the physical device. In this config mode RIP, here we already have this. Okay, we already have this 10.0.0.0 and 172.0.0 here. Routing RIP routing is the version 2. Okay, now it's set properly. Okay, from this computer or host computer, let me check this IP 10. Okay, still reply from 10.2 and get reply from the 10.0.0.1. Let me try to ping this 172.0.0 RIP routing table already updated. But is it reachable or not this area? Let me check it out. Still having the problem. Okay, still having a problem. Let me see this one. Here, gateway is required. Okay, let me add up this gateway. What is the gateway IP address to reach this network? This is the gateway. What is the interface ID of this gateway? Gateway is 10.0.0.1. Okay, this is the gateway of this. Okay, and let me check using this video. Okay, it successfully transmit the data from this up to this, and from here up to this. It's in progress, but it fails. Okay, it's progress, but it fails. Let me ping again this IP address. Okay, right now it's working fine. From this computer can reach this. Okay, it can reach up to this 192.0.0.1. Okay, let me try to reach this 2. 2 is this area interface. Okay, this interface. But here it cannot reach this one. Why cannot reach this one? We did not configure the routing table of the router 2. Here we'll get the timeout. Let me open this, and this one. Here we have the IP address. Here also we have IP address. There is no other IP. Okay. Let me go to the command line interface and double enter. Right now we have to exit it. Exit it again. Let me check it. The so IP route. So all the physical connectivity is working fine, right? And then the configure terminal. Okay, we are in the configure terminal modes, and we have to configure the router. Okay, what is the command for the router RIP, and we have to set the version 2, and network. What is the network address of this routers? 2 networks are there. Network 172.0.0.0, and next information is 172.192.168.0.0. Okay, fine. It's fine right now. We configure those things. Let me see the configuration of this RIP. Here I have RIP version 2 is there, and here we have a 2 network. Good. Okay, and let's see whether is it reachable or not. Let me take this video. It's success. Okay, it's success. It reached up to this. Okay, it reached up to this, and let me try to reach this, the last computer. It's in progress, but it still failed. Means what? IP address, routing table, everything is configured here. Here also it configures, but in this last computer, what is the default gateway? We have to give the default gateway of this 192.168.0.1 is the default gateway for reaching back to the destinations. Okay. So let me take it the PDO again. Click here to this. Now it's success. Okay, and back and forth from here up to this. Now it's success. Okay, now it's working fine, those network. So using these 2 routers, okay, Using these two routers, we configure this RIP v2 routing information protocol version 2. Okay, version 2. Here we experience that we have three network domain: this network area domain, this area domain, and this area. All these network are physically connected using the network equipments and the computer. Maybe a Ethernet cable and a different type of routers physically, but logically we have different types of network. To communicate those different types of network, we need routers. Switch cannot do this. Okay, switch cannot communicate different types of network. It's only work in the layer 2, but router work in the IP layer, in the network layers. So it's route the packets by using this IP packet, okay, IP address. So different types of network domains are there. The first area, this part, is the 10.0.0.0, and this is a class A, this is class B, is 172.0.0.0, and here this is the class C network. This is 192.168.0.0. Okay, that's these three networks we have to interconnected by using the routers and updating the routing tables. Okay, updating the routing tables in between this. Okay, in the simulations mode also, let me check it out, is here. It's playing all those things in the routing tables. We have the RIP advertisements, okay, advertisements and updating those things. Okay, its mechanisms are there for updating those informations. Okay, here this RIP packet are there. All those things are there. Okay, it's capturing those informations. Here is IP version 4. Is it visible by presentation right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here you get this different types of IP updations, IP version 6, and let me reset the simulations here. Where is it? Capturing. This is the packet capturing. Okay, Here it's an here you can filter those things. You can filter those OSPF and or BGP or ARP or anything. But if we remove this one, if there is no filtering, so here also we can filter different types of packet. But right now we did not filter anything. Let me capture the packet again. It's capturing the packet. Okay. Where is it? Okay, anyway, it's captured this RIP packet in the network. Let me double click here this RIP in the PDU. See here in this layer that it's walking up to this layer 3. Okay, so this is a routers, then it's working in this layer 3, and previous page also Ethernet frame received the Ethernet frame received in the first source, and in the next layer destination address match the receiving MAC address and broadcast the address or multicast address. Okay, the device encapsulate the PDU Ethernet frame, and then the destination IP address that not broadcast address, and it does not match the port IP address, device drop the packets. So these are the packet informations traveling back and forth between the two routers and between the two host computers. Let me ping this one. It's in the progress. Packet traveling in between this it's taking time. Okay, it's successfully reached the destinations here, and but we did not capture this ICMP or any things, and here ICMP no, but not version 4. PDU data PDU DP. Okay, let's me check it out again. Reset the simulators and restart this one, and here it's coming up again. Let me delete those okay, recapturing the packets. Why it's not okay? It's recapturing those packet again, and new PDU. Here ICMP packet is traveling from here. Okay, it's send it out. Let's check it out, this ICMP packet. Double click. Okay, here this Ethernet frame receive here and there is send it out, those things. Okay, TTL packet live, all those informations we can check it out from here after double clicking this. Okay, then you'll get these simulations also. Okay. Okay. Up to this, we can do this routing protocol. Next class, in the next class, we can complete the syllabus. Let me try to complete the syllabus. What is your syllabus? Okay, this is your syllabus. In your syllabus, that's basic concept capturing. Okay, concept of this IP version 2 and IP routings. There are two more left. One is the IP routing protocol. Under this IP routing protocols, interior and exterior gateway protocol. Okay, IGRP and EGP. Okay, in exterior gateway protocol. Okay, we'll then up to this. Then afternoon we're trying to have the practical class. We are going to have a practical class in the afternoon, 1 p.m. And also we are trying to have practical. Yes, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is our test timing. So we are going to have practical class test. Okay, tomorrow. I'll set the question from the practical. Let me show your practical. Okay, from your practical lab, we already completed the demonstrations and establishments of this server and all. Afternoon, we are trying to we try to see this overview of router, demonstration and use of routers to connect, and introduction to the network address translator netting, and also overview of different interfaces in the routers, and implementing IP subnetting in version 4. IP subnetting in version 4. We'll try to complete those things in the afternoon. Okay.